Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is the BGBC, the Backlog Gaming Broadcast Company. I'm your host, Eddie Akiba. And today, the streams come in extremely hot. Starting 15 minutes late tonight. Normally I start around 6:30, but we're a little busy today. And then the last, was about to go live, my hat disappeared into the void where socks and hats go, apparently. So we're going to get started here. Now, the game of the month on the BGBC is Disco Elysium. Played one stream of that so far, but I've also been playing, and the backlog game I've been playing this month is Esoteric Ebb, the Disco Elysium-like, which is fantastic. I'm going to try to focus on that, I think, this month, mainly. But yesterday, August 6th, 2026, was the 40th, that's right, big 4-0, 40th anniversary of METROID for the NES. This is the start of the popular, it has now become the belovedly known genre as the Metroidvania, but this is where it really all started before those two styles merged. But so let's go ahead and this is the splash string for Metroid, which even back in the day, this bass hit, boom, boom, it was this big, like, ominous, like, feeling, man. Like, that is some good bass to start out on a game. I still don't think okay, so emergency order. Defeat the Metroid of the planet Zebeth and destroy the Mother Brain, the Mechanical Life Vein, Galaxy Federal Police, M510. Start. Now, this came out relatively early in the US life cycle of the NES. I don't think we had an NES until like maybe 88, 89, something like that. So this game is already old by the time it came, by the time we got an NES. But I remember when we got this, we got it at the local Sears department store, Sears Roebuck Company. Back in the day, there was no Walmart, as they say, superstores. Sears was the place where you got everything. You got your fine barbecue tools and mechanical tools and clothes. If your kid was a little overweight, you got some Husky clothes there. Our Sears was great. It had an escalator. It was a multi-floor. I believe actually the electronics division was probably about tools, but they had like one single display case. If you think about how big games are now, like I live in this Pobont town, and yeah, that's where I picked up Metroid. Hello. And I remember really having a blast with it. People would find it strange, but games were still relatively new to us, so like the idea of like that first power-up, the ball, took us forever to figure out where the hell that was, because we were so used to playing like Mario Brothers where you just ran to the right. It never occurred to us that you could actually run to the left in Metroid. And then after that, it was just kind of like this mind-blowing thing of, oh wow, this is crazy. This is this whole big interconnected like game world, you know? It wasn't like stages or it was just one big kind of open world for the day, you know. Tight responsive controls. This game is great. I was gonna say, it feels, I can remember playing this in the summertime though. I must have gotten it around this time of year because, oh. No. I will say this game has the most annoying low life indicator. Hey! How you doing? And then, yeah, so I can remember, it's back when we had the NES, I remember when we got it, it came with the, like, oh no, there's the parrot again. Came with the, like, Nintendo's official player's guide or something. It was like basically a big like advertising thing, like a big black book that had all these games in it and like even like some guides. And one of the guides was for Metroid. So if you notice here, like in modern Metroid games and even I think Super Metroid 2, they had like a map. The NES version of Metroid I don't believe has a map. But this Nintendo's Player's Guide had a whole map of the entire game, which I still have that somewhere here in this room. But this is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I'm probably going to dedicate a month to this at some point in the future. I'm going to do like a month of Metroid. And my backlog's so big. I do have the that remaster of the re-release of Metroid Prime that came out. They released on the Switch that I have. I only put like an hour into it, but that game was fantastic. One of my biggest gaming like games I have not played, which is kind of crazy because I've been playing games since the Atari, was it was on home console, yeah. I don't think there was an arcade version. I know there used to be a, in the arcades, they had this cabinet, Nintendo, they released it was called like Player's Choice 13 or something. It's basically an arcade cabinet, and they had Nintendo games like from the home console, but you could play it in the arcades. It's pretty cool. I think they probably had Metroid in that, but yeah, Premier was a fun place. Ah, no! Of course, Samus, or Samus Aran. Is it Samus Aran or Aran? Trailblazer in video games as one of the very first female gaming protagonists. Right. I just think about when we used to, oh, no! It's summertime, we'd go visit my grandmother all the time. Go up to her house in Massachusetts, and there was a big arcade that we used to go to. And that was like one of the highlights of the trip because it had, because we were from a small town, so we had like the mall arcade, but it just had like just tons and tons of cabinets. Thankfully, you don't have to start from the beginning. You still have all your power-ups. Once you get, I think once you get a power-up, it kind of like checkpoints you. That was, like I said, I grew up in a small town, so there wasn't really a lot going on the weekends when we were kids. So my dad, a lot of times, he would take us to the local mall. each, me and my brother, one of my older brothers, $5 bill. We go to the Timeout Arcade. Back then, all the games still cost a quarter. So we get $5 with quarters. We'll spend the afternoon in the arcade. All he did is ball shopping. It's awesome. Arcades were the best. I always loved going to like a new town or like we're visiting somebody, like, because, you know, of course back then there wasn't like Amazon or anything like that. So like if you visited like family or something, you know, you would go, let's go to the mall. And so if you ever like visited a new place or relatives or something like that, it's always cool to go to their mall and check out their arcade and all that. Pizza Hut was the best. They had a big arcade. My little Pizza Hut growing up. Remember Chuck E. Cheese? Well, that shit was, oh my god, I suck, dude. Alright. Traumatizing, the mechanical band. That's because I'm kind of like a variety streamer. I don't really exclusively play retro. This is just kind of Friday nights. I kind of do like basically just like a dealer's choice, just like whatever I'm feeling to play. Just figured, like I said, since Metroid is celebrating its big 40th anniversary, I thought I'd dip in. I had actually, before I realized it was the 40th anniversary, I've been hemming and hawing whether I wanted to play Metroid, like focus on this month. But, yeah, nice. I still think I gotta work on the stripes. Like it's supposed to like give off like the stripes on a, like 70s stripes or a stripes on a VHS cover. It still comes off a little like German flaggy, even though there's purple in there, but you can't really see it because it blends with the black. Ah. How, like, okay. Yeah, these early Nintendo games, they all had really great tight controls. Yeah. And kind of had to figure the game out. This game is hard at the start, but once you start getting power-ups, I know I need to get the bombs. Forget if I need to go that way or further up. I probably haven't played this game at least 15, 20 years. I used to probably play this like at least once a year. A couple times. Because really back in the day, you only had like a couple of games, you know. Yeah, I'm just kind of going for like a 80s kind of thing. Really, I don't care too much, to be honest. But, you know. This can't be. I can't be the boss, right? I feel like it's gonna jog my memory. I think think it is. You have to go. Cool. Thanks, appreciate it. Health. Yeah, that purple bluish kind of material. Yes, at least 50. Pull out the old player's manual. Oh yeah, I can see it right there in the corner of my eye. Maybe I'll do that if I die again. I think it is. I think I do need to go where like the gold is. Again, I could like gold ring. No, I need to get the bombs next, I believe. That's where it came from. No. 24. Come on. I feel like Metroid 2 was like bigger in the US than like Japan or whatever. There was that cartoon. I used to watch that cartoon too. What's his name? The Nintendo Power guy and the blaster. But yeah, Mother Brain was the main villain. Really kind of, I think, gained a lot of popularity in modern times because of Super Smash Brothers. Like, I know, like, Metroid's always been popular, but it's been more of a kind of like a niche popular. And I think really her as a character, I think because of Smash Brothers, which is like a Nintendo kind of like competitive. It's a fighting game, but it's not like in the vein of like, you know, like Street Fighter. It is like, I'll try to, you know, I'm not a big Smash Brothers player, but it is a very popular franchise. Man, is it? Wow, I have not played it. It's obviously okay. I don't know, man. I think this is like way. Do I really want to be down here this early? those. I'm gonna break out the player's guide. So this is the official Nintendo's Player's Guide. This is like the original one that came with their Nintendo. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll have a whole thing on Metroid here. It's probably the only reason I beat this game back in the day. It's got a map here, so I'm gonna look at this real quick. Start. Okay, A goes to A. Okay. Yeah, I did want to be in the yellow part, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the right. Okay. Right? Okay. Which I already did. And then number 3. Where's number 3? Sorry, give me 1 second. It's all the way at the top. Okay. Alright, I got it. My mistake. Did do the proper get the missiles first. But now I need to get the bombs, I think. Back to the blue area. I was gonna say, as I was playing this, one of the games, my biggest gaming shames is that I've never played Super Metroid. It's definitely gonna be one of my backlog games when I do a Metroid month here in the future. Have played all the Metroid Prime games. Even well, I haven't played 4, but I have played 1, 2, and 3. I think 3 came out on the Wii. Yeah, like Metroid was definitely one of those main Nintendo characters back in the day. Like Metroid, Simon Belmont from Castlevania, obviously Mario, Luigi, Zelda, probably. Yeah. I definitely have some retro games on my Nintendo games on my top favorite of all time, so I haven't gotten to that I'll be playing in the future. And it's interesting. Oh, God, I don't want to, yeah, I'll do it. If I die, that's good because it takes me where I need to go anyway. It's interesting as there's a little bit of revisionist history when it comes to the early Nintendo. Like, for example, like nowadays, like Castlevania 2, like most people who weren't really alive when that game came out will tell you that game's awful or it's always been awful. I love that game, even though like people think it's terrible. I don't think it's bad. And then of course, Metroid and Castlevania, they kind of merged. They didn't merge, like officially merge, but like it is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which came out on PlayStation 1, which is kind of like the first Metroidvania, because it was a Castlevania game that was like Metroid. So that's where the term comes from. And that game's freaking amazing too. Now it's like there's a new Metroidvania that comes out every week, it seems like. It's hard to tell which ones are the good ones, which ones are the bad ones. And it's kind of hard to stress how, like, impressive this was back in the day if you were a kid. Because, like, our first gaming system was the Atari. And, like, it was, like, I did, like, an Atari night before. And, like, the games are very simplistic. But then you had, like, Mario, which was, like, mind-blowing. And then just, like, every game ended up was, like, as impressive as, like, Mario, kind of. Because it was still, like, new. Like, they were still, like, inventing, like, defining what game genres were. So, like, this is, like, the first METROID game, you know? So that was cool, like, experiencing that. I still remember the night my oldest brother, he worked at, wait a minute. Why can't we get in there? Shit. Hold on. Oh, that's right. I have to shoot it, like, multiple times. That's right. My bad. My oldest brother, he worked at a, movie theater in town. No! Go. Damn it. No! Son of a bitch. Choke. It was $1 movie theater, because they used to have, I think that's crazy. Makes me sound ancient. And you get 5. I need 5 missiles. Because you'd have the movies come out in, like, the main movie theater, and then, like, 6 months later they'd come out at the Dolly movie theater. Damn it. But that's how he purchased his NES. And I can remember me, my other brother, him, and my 2 sisters all crowding in to his room in the house we grew up in, and the room is tiny. It's like smaller than my home office. We sat on his bed and just watched him, like, for hours, playing Mario and Punch-Out, and it was like, it felt like what it must have felt like being, like, the first caveman to see fire, you know? Because, like, yeah, we'd seen arcades, but, like, the fact that this was, like, on a home console, again, because we had the Atari, that's what we grew up with, and seeing this was just like, Jesus, this is, like, video games, this is the pinnacle of technology. Video games will never get better than this stuff, yeah. But, like, back out of that, I don't think we actually owned a lot of Nintendo games. You would get games, like, you know, on your birthday and Christmas, pretty much. But then, like, the rest of the year, you would rent them or, like, borrow them for friends. So the ones you actually had, you would play the crap out of. Like, Metroid was one of the ones that we had. And, like, today, there's ways where you can just basically download the entire NES library. And so many of it. If you play, like, a lot of the games are crap. Like, you look back and, like, I have very fond memories of the NES. This is one of my favorite consoles of all time. Just because, like, you know, this was, like, the console that really got me into games. But you go back and you play some of the older games, even the games that you liked, or remember that you liked, that are bad. You're like, oh, that's right, I was a child. I didn't have any taste. Or I didn't know the difference between what was good and bad. But a lot of these games still hold up, like Metroid. God damn it. You mother effer. No! Son of a bitch, come on. Sorry. I definitely do not have the hand-eye coordination that I did when I was 9 or 10. So we get to the other side of that room, get me them bombs. Here we go. Come on. Just need to get to the other side. Okay. You're gonna come up here. Yes, yes, I know. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Space and space aliens and all that. It was very big in the 80s. You know, you had like Alien, the Aliens franchise, Star Wars, of course. Yeah, fighting aliens in space, or Space Invaders, Galaxian. I've always said I want to get a... There we go. One of those Galaxian Miss Pac-Man cocktail cabinets. You go to the pizza place, you have that. Cocktail cabinets are a work of art. It'd be so amazing to own one of those. Alright, do I have the bombs? What was it? That was the bombs. No? Do I maybe do this? Oh, okay. No? What did I just get? I got the long beam. What's the long beam? That's not even... Okay. What is the long beam? That is the range of the gun's beam gets longer. You can destroy an enemy far away, as well as destroy enemies which come from the ceiling. Okay. Yes. I've even, there's a point where, I think there's a point in every kind of old gamer's imagination where they think, they're like, okay, I'm gonna build my own arcade cabinet. I'm gonna build my cocktail cabinet, arcade cabinet. You go down the rabbit hole, you're looking at Pinterest and YouTube, and like, I do this. And then, like, when you look at how much expensive it is, you're like, God damn it. But yeah, I would love to have all. There was actually, not where I live now, but where I was living a couple of years ago, my hometown. Probably 2 hours away from here. There's a big arcade, like, not wholesalers, kind of a guy that would salvage cabinets from all across the country, and you could go in there and sell them or buy them, varying conditions and all that. So I'd spend a lot of times just looking longingly at old arcade cabinets. Maybe one day when I'm just responsible and out of debt, I can buy stupid shit like arcade cabinet. I do have that arcade one up. I want to mod that, because you can mod those and then just like download 500 arcade ROMs on that. Alright, let's see here. We have done number 3. Number 4 is energy tank. Alright, where's energy tank? That is gonna be... It's number 4, right? Okay. Alright, I go to yellow room, middle, and then all the way to the middle. Okay, alright. Yes. Yellow room, but not all the way to the bottom. Yep. So at the top there. Alright. Honestly, I could probably beat this game in like... Maybe I'll play through this finish playing it if I don't finish it. I won't finish it tonight, but... oh wait, that's where you go. Let's see, backlog of beats. It does make sense. I remember I started playing, you know, sometimes you like, throughout the years, you might go, oh, I'm gonna play Metroid again, and you play like for like 5 minutes or something. It does make sense that you can upgrade the beam. Because at first it's like, man, that range on that gun is not very good. Ugh. Shit, where am I? Go, go, go. No! Oh! Wait, charge missiles. Go, go. Go, we can do it! No! Alright. I don't think that this world is that... Well, no. I missed it. Well, it is pretty big. Yeah, I can't beat this in 2 days. It is kind of crazy how much content there is in this game, in sense of size. It's like a lot of Nintendo games you could beat like in the afternoon. This would take you like a couple of days, maybe a week, even a month, you know? Of course, the password system sucked, because zeros looked like O's and letters looked like certain numbers. 27 different characters, and if you messed one up, and you lost like 3 hours of play, you know? Me and my 9-year-old self with my crappy handwriting trying to write down passwords. Oh, you mother effer. Also, Metroid being 40 years old makes me feel ancient. It's like when your grandparents were like, hey, let's watch this movie from 1942 or something. You're like, oh my god, it's so old. And that's what these games are to serious face. Again, one of the most annoying, like, low life indicators. Like, God, I can imagine probably my dad wanting to blow his brains out. He's on like a Saturday listening to this, doing a crossword and this shit. Okay. Alright. Damn it, you son of a bitch! Sorry. I suck at video games now because I'm old. Alright. Sit back. Like, I feel like the game should start you out, like when you die, when you respawn, at more than 30 energy. It seems a little, like, cruel. Alright. No! Oh, you son of a... Let it go! Just let it go! He's... okay. I get so, these old games, I'm like, no, I have to kill him. And I realize, like, you just jump past them to kill him. I think I had more patience when I was a kid, too. So I'd sit here and spend half an hour timing this. Oh, God damn it. At some point, I believe you get a freeze missile or a... Samus is a cool character because she's a bounty hunter, but like a good bounty hunter. So like, you know, growing up as kids, you know, who was the coolest Star Wars character? Boba Fett, of course, but you know, he was an evil dude. So it was very easy to root for Samus, who is a bounty hunter who hunts down evil space pirates. Alright. Alright, we're good. We got this. Oh, no! No! Luke! Man, and like, these games are old, so if the enemy's not on the screen, it's not going to do the... It won't come into sight. So you jump up there. Alright. Alright. Let's get past this room. Get greedy. Yep. No, where am I? It's so... That is so effing cheap! No! You cheater! Oh my god. Of course! I forgot Nintendo would do shit like that. Like, we don't have enough RAM to render... Not render, but you know what I mean. To draw all these characters on the screen. So when you hit the lava, you can't see yourself. Psych! You're dead. Like growing up, it almost felt like, you know, we talk about like AI now these days. It almost felt like on the Nintendo itself, as a kid, you used to imagine like it was a super advanced computer, and its whole thing, it was just wanted to mess with you and just beat you. That was like beat you into submission, you know? Like so many Nintendo games were just. I mean, Metroid's one of the easier Nintendo games, but so many Nintendo games are very much battles of attrition. Alright, let's do this! Got this! Come on, Samus. Your dignity's on the line. Of course, I believe if you put in the code Justin Bailey, I think you can play the game as Samus in her bikini, which, of course, back then was just, you couldn't even tell. It's just, but not very progressive there, Nintendo. First, we had one of the first all like mainlined, female-lined game. But we're gonna put her in a bikini. I can't. Even now, like, I haven't gone to many conventions. I think I've only gone to 2. But every time you go there, there's always some cosplayer with some crazy Samus cosplay going on. Alright, goddamn it, let's do this! Gotta get past this stupid... I don't even know what those things are. Ah! No! Go! Yes! Go, 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 go! Finally! Jesus Christ. Alright. Samus gets decent height too with her jumps, I gotta say. God damn it, no! Alright, come on. Maybe I can get a energy thing here. Alright, good, good, good. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Come on, you bastard. How the fuck? Sorry. No! How did I end up in the lava? Anyway. Caught me some slack, Metroid. This is why I play story-based RPGs. I don't have the fine motor skills of an adolescent these days. It's also like 90 degrees in this fucking room. But I don't want to turn the air conditioning on because my quality Amazon mic is going to pick up all the distortion. Alright. Alright. I can remember the days too before even Blockbuster, which was cool because in town, like even our small little town, you probably had 4 or 5 like independent mom and pop video rental stores, and of course Nintendo was so big back then that all those video rental stores wanted to cash in on that sweet Nintendo money because all the kids wanted to rent the video games. So, like a lot, God bless my mother. Again, boring small town, nothing to do. So, a lot of Saturday mornings were spent driving from one video store to the next, trying to figure out what game were we going to rent for the weekend. Alright. For some reason, too, I do this multi-streaming through Stream Elements. I'll put the title on the YouTube live stream, and then I'll go back when it's over, and it'll have like the title from my previous live stream on there. It's so annoying. Yeah, dude, mom and pop rental stores were the best. Having, you know, coming from a big family, you know, like movies were a big thing with us too. So yeah, that whole experience of going to the movie rental place and being like, let's have like a horror night. We're gonna rent some cheesy horror movies, or you know, it's great. I like the Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, yeah, it's like a video store like simulator type thing. Yeah, that's cool. We used to have this cool store where I was living a couple of years ago. It was called like what was it called? Back to the something rewind, or it's a play at Back to the Future or something. But it was basically like modeled after a mom and pop like video rental store, but like they sold like old video games and like VHS movies and like vinyl records and all that. It's pretty cool. Oh, come on, no. No! Like, why do you get stuck under there? Like, he's literally stuck. I apologize. I swear to God, the Nintendo has a mind of its own. It's like, I remember you. It's been 40 years. I must punish you. I was gonna say, yeah, I like the fact that there was like a physical, like, rental place. You were limited by their selection. So, like, these days, you have like a streaming service or something like that, or even just like Amazon Video. You can literally like just watch whatever you want, whenever. And like even like Netflix, I never really watch much Netflix these days, honestly. But I spend more time looking at what there's to watch than to actually watching something sometimes. It is crazy how fast movies come out to rent or on streaming services after the theaters. Back in the day, it felt like it was like 6 months to a year after a movie came out, they would be available for rent. So, like, if there was a movie that you wanted to see, you made damn sure that you saw it in the theater, because you would be able to rent it for 6 to 12 months. Or 6 to 9 months, or whatever. And then when it came out, if it was a popular movie, everybody wanted to rent it. So you're waiting even more longer until it was back in stock. I can even remember, and this is kind of cheating because like I was still like an infant, but I can remember before we even had a VCR. They would have like the network TV stations like CBS and ABC and NBC. They would, before like home video rental was a thing, they would like bid on like the big movies. So they would have like the Sunday night movie on ABC or whatever. So like back in the day, I can remember like before we had a VCR, like Star Wars coming on like whatever channel it was, like CBS or ABC, the Sunday night movie, and you know, we'd all huddle around the CRTV, which probably was tiny, and watch it. God, it sounds so old. I do like going to the movies. I just feel like so many movies are just yeah. I can remember too, like, because you didn't have the internet. There was maybe like you would watch maybe Siskel and Ebert on TV. But other than that, like, unless you read like a movie review in the newspaper, like when we would watch movies as like go to the theater as kids, we would literally go to the newspaper, look at what was showing, and then for a lot of times we would just go to the theater and look at the movie posters. Be like, oh, it's like a cool movie. Maybe go see that movie. Just like bananas. I'm thinking about it now. Like if you get hit here, it like feels like it just warps you part of the way through the screen. Oh my god, no. 58. I'm gonna at least get the bombs before this stream's over. Like, I can't be playing... Oh, come on. Metroid without getting the bombs. I still gotta get an energy tank before I get the bombs. I wonder if that respawns. Does that respawn? Yes. Alright. Ah, okay. Yeah. See, that's how you had to play these games. You would have to find little exploits. So I'm going to farm this. Get my health back up. You want to talk about VCRs too. My dad, God love him, he passed away, but he was not the most tech savvy person in the world. So whenever he would go to buy electronics, the salesperson would he would go in there for one thing, and the salesperson would sell him on like the most expensive thing, you know. So I remember our first VCR was Betamax. There was a big before VHS. I mean, no, around there was like back in the day there was Betamax and VHS, and for some reason my father had the foresight to choose Betamax. Of course, nobody remembers Betamax because everybody bought VHS. So I'm sure that thing in 1980s money probably cost like $1,000. Like VCRs were like ridiculous expensive back in the day. So here he has to probably go out and buy VHS after buying a Betamax. God damn it. No! How? No, you son of a bitch. I'm choking. Alright, we need to regroup. I think the hardest Nintendo game I've beaten is Zelda 2, I think. Which I didn't beat that until I was an adult. That game is brutal by the end. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! That's one of my favorites. Also, I have never beaten Mike Tyson. I'm going to try to do that at some point. Because that is one of my favorite games of all time. Although, it's hard to be like, yay, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Like, can you separate Nintendo video game Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson? Yeah. There's just a lot of Nintendo games where they're just impossible. Like, yeah, definitely. Blues Brothers was a hot IP back in the day, man. You remember, so I have family from, live in Chicago, and, like, both of my uncles loved the Blues Brothers. There we go. Alright. There's the energy tank. Do it, Samus! Alright, here we go. Alright, so that is the energy tank. Alright, now we're going bombs. Yeah. Bombs. Let's see here. Where's bombs? Alright, I need 5, right? Number 5. 7, 8. Is that 5 right there? Sorry. Oh, that is 5. Okay. So I need to go past the energy tank to the other door to the right. Yep. I could see how if you didn't have a map with this, that it would be like inscrutable. Like, where am I fucking supposed to go? No! Kind of a, back then, kind of a market to sell video game magazines to kids because they had maps in them and shit. Oh no! Definitely got in trouble before for calling the Nintendo Power Hotline. I think when I was like 10, that's I'm gonna grow up to be I think they called them counselors, Nintendo counselors. I'm gonna be a Nintendo counselor. I'm gonna have a cubicle. I'm gonna have kids call in with their parents' credit card and spend like $5.99 a minute while I tell them how to beat Super Mario Bros. Right? Okay. Yes. Bombs. Speaking of Blues Brothers, there's a movie, and it's not aged particularly well. It's, yeah, it was an 800 number for everything. It's not aged particularly well. Some parts of it are problematic, like most 80s movies are these days, but it was Adventures of Babysitting. And there's this scene, again, of course, the premise of Adventures in Babysitting is, oh yeah, Sierra Hotline, yeah. right. Yeah, every game, they had, every game manual, they have a little, hey, kid, you need help with this level? Just call this number, and don't tell your parents. I remember, again, and this is how crazy things were back in the day. There was, this is back when the Sega Genesis came out. There was this franchise, this RPG franchise called Phantasy Star. And there's Phantasy Star 2, which we had. And back then when you got an RPG, the Japanese thought we were stupid Americans. So they would always include a strategy guide with these RPGs to get you through like the first third of the game. So Phantasy Star 2 came with one of those. And then I got Phantasy Star 3, and that one had a strategy guide, but you had to order it directly from Sega. But I'm sure, I don't think that game was very popular, if I'm being honest, so I'm sure it didn't have a very big print run. But you would get this, you would see in the magazine saying like, oh, currently out of stock, or call this number. So it would call, it must have been Sega, the Sega hotline, like, do you want to order the input? And every week, okay, do you have the Phantasy Star 3 input? No, sir, we don't have the Phantasy Star 3 input. So finally, some poor guy, because they're probably sick of me calling every week, they're like, what's your address? And so they got my address, and I shit you not, and I still have this, and I'll show it when I have played Phantasy Star 3. Sega of America sent me a manila envelope with a walkthrough to Phantasy Star 3 that was like printed out on like copy paper in like PDF format. And like that, like today, they'd be like, what? You want to call the video game company? Let's see here. What do? So, did I just get the bombs? Yes, I did. So where am I going? Alright, bombs. I need to get the ice beam, which is number 6. Which is located back. I need to go back. Almost near the beginning. I'm almost, Yeah. I can remember a guy, because they must have done it for other people too. Because I remember listening to this podcast, when a podcast I listened to back in the day. It's called, I forget which one it was. He's been on a bunch of them, but his name's like Shane Battenhausen or something. He's like a famous, used to be a game personality, like in the media, and whatever. He was on some episode talking about Phantasy Star, about how Sega sent him, like a walkthrough for Phantasy Star 2. It's like, holy shit, that same thing happened to me as a kid. There is another story too. Oh, no. Actually, just kill me. I want to get killed anyway. Oh, no. No, I don't want to do that. Get out of the lava. Why did I do that? I can remember on the, this is the 90s. He was still in grade school. The Sci-Fi Channel announced they're gonna air David Lynch's Dune. Which I don't know if you're familiar with the Dune franchise, but David Lynch made some would say, very bad Dune movie. I particularly like it. But I confused Dune with another not so great 80s property set in the desert called Solar Babies, which if you ever watched that movie, it's actually a terrible movie. But I remember liking it as a kid, and then I saw that, oh, Sci-Fi Channel's going to be playing Dune. I thought it was Solar Babies, so it was very confusing when I watched Dune for the first time. It's very not Solar Babies. But fast forward. So I ended up reading all the Dune books because I became obsessed with that movie. And lo and behold, I had a Sega CD, and they announced that they were going to make a Dune game. It was based on the Dune movie. I'm like, oh my god, this is like right up my alley. And I was obsessed with Dune back in the day. But let's see, where do we need to go here? So I need to go across to the yellow room. Then, all right. I used to get this magazine called Electronic Gaming Monthly, which was like one of the bigger name video game magazines. And they would have this advertisement in the magazine. And I don't know how they got away with this, but this company was called Chips and Bits. They would advertise, like, you could announce a game like last week. And then they would run a print ad in this magazine the following month and saying, hey, we're taking pre-orders for this game. Even though, like, they announced it like a week earlier. So as soon as I saw Dune was available for pre-order, and my parents pre-ordered it, thinking, okay, this game's gonna come out like in a year or something, or a couple months. Because they were advertising it for sale. This game, I was waiting months and months. Finally, because there was a number for the video game company in one of their other games, and I would call them, I guess their office, their hit line, and I'll be like, hey, when's that Dune game coming out? Is that Dune game coming out? I'm like, no, sir, it's not coming out. It's not coming out yet. We have not announced a date. And apparently, there was like a PC version and they were going to port it to the Sega CD. Well, apparently, the publisher canceled it, the game, but the people that were making it, were like, fuck it, we're still going to make this game. So they finished the game in secret, and then once they finished it, I guess the publisher was like, well, you already finished it, so might as well sell it. And I feel like I may have played some small role in that developer. No, I haven't. But the fact that my probably 12, 13-year-old self literally called them every day, like, when's that Dune game coming out? And they probably were like, holy shit, this is going to be the most popular, best-selling game of all time. We've got children calling our phone number, asking us, please release the Dune game, you know? And it probably sold like 1,000 copies. Alright, I'm gonna do one more thing here probably. What time is it? Oh no! It's not 8 or 9. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play this for a little bit more, maybe get like another power up. I actually want to replay that game at some point, that Dune game. It's basically they call it abandonware because it's so old that like nobody has the rights anymore that there's no way to buy it like anywhere. Oh yeah, I kind of trailed off there, didn't I? So yeah, Adventures in Babysitting. So the premise is like this babysitter, the kids that she's supposed to babysit, they end up getting lost in like downtown Chicago or something. I forget what it is. Or their car breaks down, or they're trying to. She's going to like a party or something. But anyway, they get stuck in like Chicago, and they're trying to get home. And one of the places they end up stumbling upon is this like blues club in like downtown Chicago. So these bunch of like yuppie kids stumble into this kind of like rough-looking like blues joint, and everybody in the bar is looking at them like, "Who are you?" You know, and like they're afraid they're gonna get robbed or something like that. But then they end up like playing this blues song, and it's super cheesy if you watch it now, but like it was funny. Alright, energy tank. Alright, got the bombs. Ice beam, that's what I'm going to next. Where's ice beam? That is, alright, I'm there. I need to go to the yellow room. Yeah, I just need to get to the yellow room. I think it's a John Hughes movie, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I need a bunch of 80s movies back in the day. I love 80s movies. Some 80s movies, though, you have to be careful. Like, if you don't, like... Because they'll, shit, that's not... Is that right? Ah, no. Yeah, that's right. They'll just, like, casually, like, drop the F-bomb or something, like, in a movie or something like that. And, like, if you've grown up with the movie, you're like, oh, that's unfortunate. That hasn't aged well. That I always get nervous watching an old, like, 80s movie, like, with somebody who's like a niece or a nephew. Because I'm like, I don't know how this movie's gonna hold up. Could be fine, could be, like, incredibly racist. We don't know. Alright, just need to get the ice beam, and then I thought about maybe, because I'm like, I really haven't done any podcast episodes because I really just want to play the games. Thought about maybe I will do like a movie Discord thing, or on a weekend, every other weekend, something like do a movie watch along or something. Figure out how to do that. Yeah. And it's like, it's hard to explain because, like, obviously, like, these days we're more educated and tolerant, and, like, homophobia and stuff like that is awful. And the F word, the slur, is awful. But back in the day, like, people would just casually throw that word around in, like, movies and, like, I mean, we were kids back then, but, like, I can remember, like, you know, like, people in my demographic, like, just casually saying that word. And it's terrible. But, like, when you're a kid, like, you didn't even... Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that, yeah. I don't think I met had my first, like, openly gay friend until, like, college, I think. But of course, I'm sure there were. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I live in the mountains of bumfuck, you know. Luckily, I don't hear it too often in public, really. I think people, like, online, like, people just, like, throw it around. It's like, oh, it's like, it's awful. But I'm sure there were, like, gay kids and girls in my, you know, elementary school, and middle school, and high school. But, like, I don't think people realize, like, I can remember, like, it being a big deal that, like, Ellen was the first openly gay character on television. And, like, that sounds like crazy, absolutely insane today. Like, what? Like, that was even matter? But, like, it was, like, front page news about, you know, like, it's such a... Yeah. Thank God for the internet, because if not, my whole life I would have been stuck with some small town mentality, you know? Not that small towns are bad, it's just, it's learned. It's like, all that stuff, like racism and homophobia and stuff like that. People, like, kids don't start out that way. They just, that's like, some awful person is. But enough about that serious talk. Alright, yeah. Yeah, agreed. I think, like, one of the, like, interesting characteristics of where I live, because it's very, like, politically, it's very conservative, but because I live in, like, you know, like, I guess you would classify it like Appalachia. There's kind of this mentality of the people, like, around here, especially, like, people that have lived here for generations, that people kind of just, they mind their own business, kind of, to a degree. Like, they're pleasant and nice to you, will make small talk and stuff like that, but they won't, unless you're at, like, some event or rally or something, they're not gonna, or you're on, like, Facebook. But if you're out in, like, public, they don't talk about politics or anything like that. I've tried living in the city before. I don't think I'm cut out for it. I remember, no! Because I have family from Chicago, so at one point I was like, I transferred out of the first college I went to, and I was like, I'm gonna go to college in Chicago, and it's gonna be in this big city. But, like, I came from a town, like, you know, probably 100,000 people or something, and I must have been, like, looked like Steve Martin from The Jerk. When I got off the train in Grand Central Station in Chicago, I remember going up to this homeless guy and be like, "Excuse me, sir, can you show me where the blue line is?" You know, like, all polite country boy, hick, middle, and like, bumbling country boy. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you. So the guy walks me, like, 5 blocks to the nearest, like, blue line entrance or whatever. So, and, like, I'm from a small town, so I'm just used to people, like, giving me directions or being like, "Yeah, I'll show you here." So this guy, I mean, I feel bad for the guy who's homeless, does this. And I get there, and he's like, "All right, man, you need to give me some money." I'm like, "What do you mean money?" Like, because I'm some poor college student. I'm like, "I thought you were just showing me out of the kindness of your heart." I didn't say that, but he was not happy. Suffice it to say, I believe he was carrying a box of Raisin Bran. But I think I managed to find some money in my book bag to give that gentleman. So I very much learned very quickly that I was not in Kansas anymore. And I'm awful with directions. I like the concept of public transportation. It's not too bad in like DC, but like anything where you gotta change like 3 or 4 different train lines, my brain just can't handle it. I just get lost. Is this where I want to go? Is this where I want to go? Yes, this is where I want to go. Because I'm an idiot. No, why did I go? Did I go here? Yeah. Alright, sorry. Sorry. I definitely know where to go now. I apologize. This shouldn't take that long. I like small towns for like the peace and quiet. I don't like in the city just how it feels like everybody's on top of you. Like you feel like you never have any privacy. There's always sound everywhere, like cars and horns and all that. Whereas in a small town like where I'm at now, like I can sit in a room with my bedroom or a den or something with the window open and listen to the rain or the birds or like wind in the trees, and it's very, very peaceful. And I don't know, like I'm not a super big outdoors person, although I want to try to hike more. But I need to be around like nature and trees and shit like that. Like I can't live somewhere that's just like concrete and strip malls, And again, I'm not a big like camping person or yeah, because that is the big trade-off if you live in a small town, is the lack of events and culture. Not culture, but like I luckily also live somewhere like where I live now. I'm probably, if I drove 2 hours one way, I would be in Pittsburgh. And if I drove like 2 hours the other way, I'd end up in like Baltimore or DC or something like that. So there's always something like within, like if I want to go somewhere that has like, events, do that. I don't get out as much as I used to. Just work is, oh, that's cool. Portland sounds like the place to be, or that area. Yeah. Growing up, I always thought everybody wanted to move like to California or something like that. But like everybody who lives in like California is like, well, probably more because like lots of people live in like LA or San Francisco. They just complain about how expensive it is and all that. And I feel like Portland. I feel like all like the tech bros took over like California and like San Francisco. I feel like all like the cool people from the 90s that would be like in San Francisco. I feel like they all like migrated to Portland or something. I'm completely basing this on no facts though. Ah, that's cool. I've never been to Portland, but I've listened to like, not that it means anything, but like I listen to like some podcasters that like live in Portland, and every time they talk about like Portland, it sounds like just this amazing, like, place, you know? And just everything I've seen about it, I'm like, it would be, again, not to delve too much into politics, but it would be, like, mind-blowing to go from growing up most of my life in conservative farm country to go into, like, oh, everybody here's kind of liberal. That makes sense. I'll shut up. I'm more interested in, like, the arts and culture type stuff. I've known a couple people, well, I know someone that lives, that, like, grew up around me, that lives in, like, the Seattle, Pacific Northwest area. And I knew somebody else that lived in, like, was, like, living in Michigan, and they moved to, like, the Seattle region. I hear in, of course, again, yeah, that sounds, I love how weird it is. I like weird. Everything I've heard about, like, Seattle, though, or, like, not Portland, but, like, the Pacific Northwest is, like, it can be, people can be kind of, standoffish to some degree, but I think Portland seems like kind of the opposite of that. Like, if I were gonna move to, like, any, like, city, I mean, it would probably be, like, someplace like Portland or something. I like, of course, we would go to Boston a bunch when I was a kid, because I had family there. The Northeast, the culture in the Northeast, though, can be kind of very gruff and mean when you're in the city parts. St. Louis is pretty cool, though. I just went there. And almost, for a city, like you think about St. Louis, it almost has a small town vibe to it to a degree. The only thing, of course, being though that, like, it's kind of like in decline. So like a lot of this parts of the city are in decay to a degree. Well, I shouldn't say that, but it has seen brighter days. Wait, no. Right? No, I don't want to go there, dude. I want to go down one. I want to go down. This is where I messed up last time. Yes, this is where we're going. We're going to do this. We're going to get the ice beam. For it. Go, go. Oh. Go, go. There we go. Right? Oh, come on. Do it. You can do it. You can do it, Cotton. Shit! Nope. Oh, get up there! No! No! What time is it? 8:30. I'm gonna do one more run at this goddamn light speed. I'm gonna call it a night right now. I just need to remember I need to go down one, not across one. My, I wish I was had more travel experience than me. I do have family kind of all over. We got a brother in Florida. I got a brother in St. Louis. We got 2 sisters in Virginia. Should be saying holy shit. My one brother lives in St. Louis, though. He has this cool job. For years, he was like he was like a cameraman for like a news station. But he works now for this like private video production company. And so like businesses hire them to do like shoot like PR videos, or like they do like like this like business kind of like videos and stuff like that. But he goes all over the country. He goes. It seems like every month he's in like a different city or state. He's even been to like is it Shanghai? Is it Shanghai? He went to Hong Kong. Yeah. And he's a big, he's a cool guy. He's way more of a partier than me. Not just a party, but he, he's in this, he's in this, like, they have, like, a football, soccer team there. I think it must be a, shit, where the fuck am I now? No. But anyway, he's in this big, like, soccer fan club, and they tailgate all the games, and he dresses up in, like, face paint and all that. He was at one of the World Cup games, and they, during one of the World Cup games, they cut to him in the stands, because he was like, America, like face paint and flag and all that, like, but like for soccer. He's not like, Why did I come down here? Why did I come down here? Thanks. Yeah, Sometimes it feels like riding a bike, you know? You pick it up, comes back to you, muscle memory. Alright, yes, where did we go? Right? An A. Yes. No, motherfucker. No, no. Yeah. There are some games, man. I think it was I can remember, what was it, like Mega Man? That used to be we used to rent that all the time as a kid. I tried to play a Mega Man game like a couple years ago, and I don't think I could get past the first level. I'm like, I do not have the Nintendo skills. Of course, when you're growing up and there's like 20 TV stations, you have a lot of time to just replay the same section. I'm just gonna go this way. I need to go this way. At some point, go this way. Son of a bitch. Got it. Alright. Oh no! No. Get past this area. No, motherfucker, no! Go, go, go! Go! No! 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 Oh yeah, Marble Madness. I played a little bit of that. It's like 2 or 3 weekends ago. Yeah. I'm terrible at that game now. Alright, let's see. What time is it? Alright. It's 8:30. I think I'm going to call it for the night for right now. I'm going to be back on tomorrow for the morning stream. I'm going to play some more of that esoteric type game. I'm going to probably play some more METROID though on Sunday, I think. Hey. I do thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Hope you have a good night.